and a 7i, what is that going to give me?
10i.
10i. Okay, we only like add the i's together, like you get an I squared when it's multiplication. Okay, so number 3 is there's really a -1 out in front of here, so it's going to be 5 minus 7i. -1 times -6. What is -1 times -6?
6.
Positive 6. -1 times -4. Positive 4i. Okay? Now, if we're looking at this, who can go together? Who can get put together?
6 and 4.
6 and who?
5.
5. Okay, so that's going to be 11. Who else can go together?
So yes, 4.
-7 and 4. So -7 and 4 is going to give me a -3i.
So hold on. 1, 6 and 5, 7 and.
Okay, look at number 5. Notice how it has an I on the outside? That means it's multiplication now. Okay? So, multiplication, we got -5 times -7. -5 times -7.
35.
Positive 35. Okay, look up here. From this spot to this spot, how many i's do you see total? 1. So we're going to put 1i. Okay, now we're going to do the back side of this. -5 times -5.
2. Oh, 25.
Positive 25. How many i's from here to here?
2.
2. So we got I squared. Okay, if you guys recall, what does I squared really mean?
Is it like a
Huh? -1. Okay, so maybe write that at the top of your page or something, but I squared equals parenthesis -1. Okay? I squared equals parenthesis -1. So we're gonna, you can either erase or just cross it off or rewrite the whole line or put it next to it.
What's number 7?
Okay, so right here we're gonna put, I like to just scribble, but I'm gonna scribble this out and put -1. Okay, because I squared really means -1. So now we have to do that multiplication. What is 25 times -1?
negative 25.
-25. So I'm gonna get 35i minus 25. Okay, we times those two. Okay, 7. What does the little baby 2 on the outside do? It's 7.
5 times 5.
It's not necessarily 5 times 5. What does squared mean? What does squared mean?
-1.
Well, not that kind of squared, but yes, I mean.
Wait.
Okay, so if we think about it, what's 2 squared?
Oh, we gotta do the like the math.
Or 5 and 5.
Or 5 and 5, so it's really times itself. Okay, so we're going to write this part, just the inside of the parentheses, out 2 times. So -6 plus 5i, -6 plus 5i. Okay, if you need it, this would be a good time to write instructions, okay? So you're going to do these ones first. -6 times -6. So I'm going to write a little 1 right here, okay? A 1, because I have to do that first. I need a small marker. Okay, this one is going to go first. So it's going to be positive 36. Okay, and then I do this one, the front one, times the back one. -6 times 5i. -30i. Okay, this one we do second. And then we do this one times this one. So this one we do third. Okay, 5i times -6. -30i. Okay, and then lastly we do these ones. -5i times a positive 5i. So 5i times 5i. 25? 25i squared, because there's 2 i's. Okay, so you have to do it in those steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? My friend?
That's the answer?
No.
Oh, you got him.
You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, who can get put together now if we're looking at this?
Negative 30,
Okay, what's that gonna give us? What's negative 30 minus 30?
100,039.
Stop, Marco.
negative
0.
Negative 60i
I got 0.
plus 25i squared. Okay, and then what? Look at the problem. What's wrong with it? We're not done.
It has that, 2.
It has the I squared. What do we change the I squared to? Negative 1. So this is really going to be negative 1. And this is the really long one, okay? So just keep writing the steps. Okay? Then what do we always do with these two? What do we do with these two?
You do
Look.
the equation?
We'll look up above. You did one just like this. What do we do with this and this?
Get rid of it.
Oh, multiply.
We multiply them, so it does kind of just get rid of it. So what is 25 times negative 1? Negative 25. So my equation now is going to look like this. 36 minus 60i minus 25. Okay? And maybe write yourself a note. You times these two. Okay? You times those two. Now look at it. Take a second, really think. Look at it. Is it finished? No? Who can it put together? 36 minus 25.
Teachers and
What is
students,
that?
please pardon this interruption. Would Mong Air Fight please come to the main office? Mong Air Fight to the main office, please.
So we get 11 minus 60i. Is it in fact 11? Did you use your calculator? Okay. Okay, that is the longest one out of all of them. Okay? So, have all the steps. You should be all right. Some of it's just going to take practice, okay? The back side should go pretty fast. Okay, the front side has been a while since we did some of this. Can I scroll?
Yeah, that would show you.
Okay, somewhere in here, just in case you need it, here are the signs options. Plus, plus, what else?
Minus, minus,
Minus, minus,
minus, plus,
minus, plus,
plus, minus.
plus, minus. Okay, so write these on your paper. That way you have all the signs. Okay? So, if we look at the very first one, what is the first step we need to do? What's always the first thing you need to do? We're going to draw two what? Parentheses. Okay, we're going to draw two parentheses. And then what do we do?
P and both.
P and P. Okay, and then we're going to make a list of what number? 54. What's the first one?
1 times 54.
1 and 54. Okay, and then what? Does 2 go in?
27.
2, 27. 3,
18.
3, 18. 4,
No.
5 is definitely no. 6,
9.
6, 9. 7, I don't know. 8, oh, shoot.
No.
And then 9 is on the list. Okay, so of these groups, I need something to give me what number? What number am I looking for? A 15. Okay, so what group of numbers could that be? 6 and 9 works. Okay. And I need a negative 15. Negative, negative. Okay, so this is done. Come up here.
I was staring at a.
I know, come up here. You do better when you're closer to me anyway, so I can say, hey, wake up, come on. It's not a punishment, you can move back in just a minute, okay?
How do you know if it's a minus?
So you would type on your, so Oscar, type in, if we put a plus here, type in plus 6 minus 9. Plus 6 minus 9.
Negative 3.
Okay, but we're trying to get a negative 15. So now you can hit like the over arrow, and so if you typed in minus 6 minus 9 on your calculator, hit equals, it will say negative 15. So you just have to kind of play with it and say plus 6 or a minus 6 or both of a minus or both of a plus. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at number 11. We're gonna do what first? Draw the parentheses. Then what? P and P. We're gonna make a list of what number? 8. What's gonna be the first one, Mark William? What's the very first one?
1.
1 and 8. Yep. Good. Okay, does 2 go in? Yeah, 2 and what? 2, 4.
That's it.
And that's it. Okay, of these two groups, I need something to give me 9. 1 and 8. So, Oscar, this is when you would run through them and say +1, +9, or -1, -9. Okay, I'm trying to get what kind of 9 does it say?
Negative.
A -9. So, what kind of signs am I going to need to have?
Double subtract.
Minus, minus. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, what is the difference from these ones to 13 through 16? Does anybody remember? Look at them. What's different for starters?
There's a 0 at the end.
There's an equal 0. What do we do with those? Anybody remember?
-1.
That thing.
No.
Wait, wait.
These have one extra step. What is it? You guys remember? Okay, we'll look at it. Okay, so we're going to start off by drawing our two parentheses. Say an M and M. We make a list of what number?
35.
35. So I got 1, 35, 2, 3, I think just 5 and 7. Somebody help me out. I don't know.
Yeah.
5 and 7. Okay, I need something to give me a 12. 5 and 7. Okay, and I need a positive 12. Plus, plus. Okay, so far everything's the same. If you remember, if it says, bless you, equals 0, we have that extra step. Okay, so what you do, what does this say on the inside of the parentheses? What does that one say? Plus 5. So that means my answer is going to be M equals minus 5. Okay, this one says what? Plus 7. So which one is my answer going to be? Minus 7. Okay. So if we were to pretend up here, this says minus 6. So what would my answer be? This one says minus 6. So what would my answer be? It would be a positive 6. This one says minus 9. It's the opposite. Okay. So when we have an equals 0, we have an extra step of just saying M equals and change the sign. Okay. So look at number 15. We're going to say A and A and 32. What's the very first one, Mark Orlin?
32 and 1.
Good. 1 and 32. Okay, does 2 go into 32? It does. 2 and what? 2 and... Use your damn calculator.
2 and...
So on your calculator, you're going to say, just type in 32 divided by 2. Do you get a whole number or a fraction? 16. Okay, then what number would you check? You'd say 32 divided by what? 3, because 3 comes after 2. Does that work? You get a whole number or a fraction? Let's go, you guys gotta type. There's no way around it.
I wrote the whole thing.
I know, but yeah, I'm not, because you're the one typing, so you're not doing it.
You're the fraction.
You get a fraction? 32, type it. 32 divided by 3. Does that work?
No.
No, you get a fraction. So then we're gonna say, what comes after 3? 4. So we're gonna say 32 divided by 4. 8, so 4 and 8. Okay, what comes after 4? 5. So we're gonna say 32 divided by 5. Doesn't work. So then we check what? 6. 32 divided by 6.
36.
Doesn't work. 32 divided by 7. Doesn't work. And then you'd say 32 divided by 8, but 8 is already up here, so that's how you know when you're done. Okay, so of these groups, I need something to give me a 4.
4, 8.
4 and 8. Where did I say to normally pick from? Top of the list or the bottom of the list? The bottom of the list, okay? So we're gonna say 4 and 8. I need a positive 4. I need a positive 4. So look,
Minus 12 positive.
so this is what, so we got 4 and 8. So you can type in plus 4, because that's the first one, plus 8. Plus 8. Did that give you a positive 4? So now we need to do minus minus. Let's see if minus minus works. Minus. Did that give you a positive 4? No, so we're gonna try minus plus. That give you positive 4, so then you're filling in minus plus. Okay, so what is it?
Negative.
Negative plus. Okay, so now this says equals 0, so we have to say A equals what? This was a negative 4, so what's the new one gonna be? Positive 4. Okay, this was a positive 8, so what's the new one gonna be? A minus 8. Okay, right now, all of you are gonna write on number 17, I'm gonna cross this off nicely, not like a giant, and I'm gonna write down that big formula on here. That way I know you guys all have it. On the day of your test, it's not gonna be on the board, so you need to write it down. Okay, so right here, we're gonna write down the formula. Negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times your a. Okay, so instead we're crossing off 17 and we're going to put that there instead. That way you have the formula. Okay, it will be erased off of the board. Okay?
Every time I try to do something like that, it just has
Type in whatever you're trying to do.
Oh,
Who's doing anything?
Oh, you can't do.
so we're not doing 17?
I'm going to do 18 with you. We're not doing 17. You can't do a negative 8, negative 8. So like this middle one would have to be a minus. It's stupid. But you can do a minus 8, minus 8, which is what I do.
I can go further, that's
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's so dumb, but.
What? You have a hair like that.
Okay, so look at number 18. Which one is my A? What's my A value? We're going to do number 18 together. 17 I crossed off. Okay, so which one's my A? Huh?
Negative 8.
A. Which one is my A?
Oh, 2K.
2, thank you. Which one is my B?
Please sign this for Friday. 9.
Oh my god, yes. I even seen that.
You're fine.
Which one's my B?
Negative 9.
There's no negative 9.
Negative
Or
8.
9.
Yeah, oh, negative 8. Which one's my C?
Wait, which one?
Positive 8.
We're on number 18. I crossed off number 17, so you
Oops.
guys for it. You're skipping 17.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
You're fine. Thanks.
Okay, so we got our A's, B's, and C's. Okay, so I like to write down the formula and then erase. However, you can do it however you want to. Okay, so I got negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. Okay, maybe label these so you know when you go to do your test that that's the A, B, and C. Okay, in case you forget. Okay, so we're going to start off. My A, everywhere there's an A, I can erase and put what? Everywhere there's an A, I can put a 2. Okay, so everywhere there's an A, I'm going to put a 2. Everywhere there's a B, I'm going to erase and put what?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. Negative 8, negative 8. And everywhere there's a C, I'm going to erase and put what?
8.
Positive 8. Okay? Positive 8. Okay, you write small because I did not leave you very much room, so I apologize.
Oh.
I know I'm telling you guys kind of late, but it is what it is. Okay, so what, for the 8, are we going to get a positive or a minus? I have a minus, minus 8. What's a negative, negative?
Positive.
Positive, plus or minus. What am I getting on the bottom? What am I going to get on the bottom? Huh? Okay, we deal with these. 2 parenthesis 2. What does that mean? 4. So 2 times 2. Okay, on our calculator, we're going to type in all this. Okay? on the calculator.
0.
0? It could be.
Yep, it is.
That's
You got 0 too? Okay.
I didn't think it was right on this one.
Hey, same here. I'm like, something ain't right.
Okay, so whatever you get, we're gonna put here, and I'm kind of drawing you some arrows so you kind of have them.
At that point, there's no difference. You can just do
Yeah.
that. It's just-
I know, but I started drawing the notes for when you take a test. Okay, and then you would type this in on the calculator, okay? You would type in square root of 0 on the calculator. Okay, which is what?
Totally not.
0. So we're gonna get 8 plus or minus 0 over 4. Okay, and that's where we type it in 2 times. So we're gonna hit our fraction button and type it in 2 times. Okay, we hit our fraction button. Type it 2 times, 1 with a plus and 1 with a minus. Okay, if you need the notes. Okay, so what are we gonna get for the plus? 2. What about for the minus? 2. Okay, so we get 2 comma 2. Okay, you guys have maybe 4, 8 to do on your own. Go through and get your side done, and then you'll be done for today.
Wait, are we not doing something at all?
No.